morning and welcome to PC's Donor Appreciation Event. My name is Julie Myers. I'm a faculty member in the communication discipline here at Phoenix College. I'm very excited to be with you today, although we are all a little disappointed that we couldn't have you join us in person. Initially, we had planned a breakfast with the president, but we understand that a lot of people are still feeling very nervous about gathering in large crowds in indoor spaces. We wanted to respect that and keep everyone safe, so we decided to hold our event virtually this year, but fingers crossed, in future years, we hope to have you back for an in-person breakfast with the president. And even though I can't see you, I still have a picture in my mind, and I'm imagining that you're in a very comfortable sofa or chair, probably more comfortable than the seats here in Bullpit Auditorium, perhaps still with a breakfast beverage of choice in hand, and maybe even still in your pajamas and slippers. That is one of the benefits of virtual events. But regardless, I hope that you can sit back and relax and enjoy yourself. And because we couldn't have breakfast for you, we decided to send out a little package with some goodies for you, and I have some of them here today. We call this our Hug in a Mug, because we are so grateful for all that you've done for us and our students. And we have things like biscotti here with chocolate. Anything with chocolate gets my vote. Almond cake, Bear Legacy Society pins, and this tea bag. Now, this is no ordinary tea bag. Sometimes we get a little tired of drinking the same old coffee and tea in the morning, so we asked our Culinary Arts and Nutrition Program Director, Stephanie Green, to whip up something special to help us fill these new mugs, and I'm going to let her tell you exactly what is in this special blend. Take it away, Chef Steph.
Thanks for joining me today. I'm glad to be here. I'm Chef Green, and I want to share with you my recipe for chai tea. Did you know the word chai is actually the Hindu word for tea? Chai tea was developed thousands of years ago, and I'd like to talk to you about what's in your little tea bag today. Let's go over the ingredients. The first ingredient are Darjeeling tea leaves, which is this nice strong black tea. The next ingredient is ginger root that's been dried. Now you can have the option to add fresh, as I've explained on your recipe. This adds a little spice, so add more or less to your liking. The next ingredient is star anise. Now this is not the same plant that comes from fennel. That's a different spice, but you can see, look closely, you can see the inner seed. This adds a lot of different levels of flavor and aroma. Our next ingredient is chopped cinnamon stick. You can use a whole stick if you can't find this. This is just much easier to put into a tea sachet bag. The most important ingredient in this is cardamom. This is a green cardamom pod, and you can see right here that there's actually little seeds, and that's where all the flavor is. There's not much flavor in the outer pod. The next two ingredients are cloves and black peppercorns. These are the largest of the peppercorns. Now, if you don't have a little disposable tea bag, you might have a little tea stick that you can put your spices right in. This is very cool and handy to have in the kitchen. Or you can put your spices directly into your mug and then just strain it out prior to drinking it. Let's go warm up some milk. I've got my hot milk, and I'm gonna add my tea bag. And what we want to do is get this in, make sure that all those spices are in there, give it a stir, and then most importantly, we're going to cover it for about 5 minutes and let it steep. My tea is steeped for 5 minutes and it smells fantastic. I can't wait to taste it. I'm going to go have a seat and enjoy my cup of tea. Thanks for joining me, everyone.
I love the idea of steeping the tea in hot milk. I have always put milk in my tea anyway, And this is going to make it that much creamier and richer. And we have a batch of that delicious tea here, so I'm going to give it a try. Oh, wow. Yeah, that blend of flavors is pretty incredible. I hope you get a chance to try it as well. Probably will be a great pick-me-up for one of those cooler, overcast Phoenix mornings like we're having right now today. It's good to have choices. Thank you, Chef Steph. And we know that you also have choices when it comes to your giving. So we really appreciate that you have chosen to include Phoenix College as part of your giving plan. As a faculty member, I really get to see that transformation in my students. When they start that first semester, sometimes they're feeling very hesitant and unsure, and some of them even worry about whether they belong in college. And then I get to see them blossom, and I get to see them become so much more confident and realize just how capable they are. They're ready to go out into the world, into their neighborhoods, into our community, and make a difference and follow career paths that they're passionate about. They feel excitement about their futures. And we really believe that anyone who wants that opportunity to pursue higher education should get that chance. And your gifts are helping to make that happen for so many of our students. So thank you very much. It is now my pleasure and my honor to introduce a man who knows firsthand that a community college education really does have the power to propel a person's career. And that is our own interim Phoenix College president, Dr. Klein Namuo. Welcome, Dr. Namuo.
So whoever's in charge of the music today, shout out to our IT crowd, because the music, excellent job. And Julie, I had no idea that I could have been in my pajamas to show solidarity to those who are at home in their pajamas. So I wish I had known that. But thank you for that gracious introduction. I want to thank everyone tuning in at home for everything you do for our students. We've got a lot of people to thank, so give me just a moment before I share some of my story with all of you. Want to thank our wonderful and fantastic IT team for making this possible, allowing us to stream this incredible event to the millions and millions watching from around the world. And wish to thank our development team under the leadership of Deb Spots. Thank you for all you do to maintain that connection to our incredible donors. And Julie, I want to thank you for taking the time to MC this incredible event and for what you do for our students as a faculty member here at Phoenix College. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, allow me to share a little bit of my origin story. Now, many of you out there have most likely heard bits and pieces. Perhaps you've heard the entire thing. But I'm going to share with you all really why I do what I do here at Phoenix College. And thank you all for your connection to this incredible, incredible institution. Here we are in our most iconic structure, the Bullpit Auditorium. There are some great images going around of some of our donors, many of whom are connected to PC and have been for over 50 years. You all are a part of this incredible legacy of our beloved institution here at Phoenix College. So I've been asked to share, my story in higher education. And it really drives me. And I hope it resonates with some of you out there because you all, in part, have made it possible for me to stand on the stage as a college president. And it's an unlikely journey. And let me share some of that with you today. And if you've heard this story before, bear with me. If you haven't and it's new to you, hopefully you find some inspiration, that it inspires you in some way. And for those of you who've contributed to Phoenix College, You're responsible for individuals like me who have made it, have reached levels of success. So my story is a story of my parents, and I'm wondering if we can bring up, yes, this image. Okay, so this image is circa 1950. These are tenement houses in Hawaii. As many of you know, I was born and raised on the island of Oahu in Honolulu, Hawaii. And this is circa 1950 because my story is really a story of my parents. My parents grew up in tenement houses just like these, really in abject poverty. Now, it's a story of tragedy, so bear with me. My mom's mom passed away when she was 8 years old. My mom's dad then passed away when my mom was 15, leaving her alone in this world at a very early age. She suffered through great adversity. And although she doesn't like me sharing this particular aspect of her story, she washed her clothes in the stream. My mom had nothing. Growing up, she was a maid. She worked at the Dole Plantation Cannery, canning pineapples. And she realized at a very, very early age that in order to break the cycle of poverty, to make her way out of poverty, education would be that vehicle for her. And against all odds, she made it to college through the great support of people around her, mentors, those who have been there, who understood the value of higher education. She made her way to higher education, succeeded against all odds, and ended up running the prison system in Hawaii for many years. Following that career, she served on the governor's cabinet as his legislative liaison in the state of Hawaii. She achieved levels of success she should have never achieved. Now, unfortunately, my dad's story is quite similar. My dad's dad passed away when he was just 3 years old, leaving my grandmother to raise a family of 6 kids on her own. My dad suffered through many of the same traumatic events that my mom did, and very early on realized as well that higher education would allow him to break the cycle of poverty. He went on to the University of Hawaii, ended up running the state court system in Hawaii, and after that career, ran the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, a pseudo-government organization designed to improve the living conditions of Native Hawaiians. Both my mom and my dad should have never gone to college, let alone succeeded at college. Yet they did. Yet they persisted. And everything I do in higher ed is to honor their struggle. And every success I attain, and every step up I might take, I do my best just to glance behind me, to honor their struggles and the struggles of generations who came before. You've got to know, as partners of Phoenix College, that we are committed to ensuring that the legacy of excellence that Phoenix College has become known for over these 102 years drives us. We all end up exactly where we're meant to be. I was meant to be here to share this message with all of you. To thank you for your generosity, to thank you for what you've done for our students, because you're changing lives. And if changing lives wasn't enough, your contributions and your connection and your partnership with Phoenix College has generational effects. Let me say that again for dramatic effect. It has generational effects. And people like me would not be college presidents. People like my brother would not be an attorney. Our teachers, our nurses, our EMT, our paramedics, many of whom have been at the forefront of bringing this pandemic to an end. They would not be where they are without the incredible support of all of you. I want to share one other piece too, Julie, if that's okay. Every time I walk
Absolutely.
to the bullpit, I pass a vending machine. This is the part of the story that I think many have not heard. Just a quick anecdote. So we pass a vending machine, right? Okay. My parents were so poor, and they love to tell this story because it gave my brother and I some appreciation of how difficult their life was. When they did eventually make it to the University of Hawaii, they didn't have enough money to buy food. So here's what they did. There was a vending machine just outside the university gates, and the vending machine, if you put a dime in the vending machine and press the coin return, 2 dimes would come out. Right. So they did that enough times to buy a hamburger. Yeah, and that's how they ate. So
Wow.
I just wanted to share that story. And I'm so comforted. I'm comforted that my children will understand some of the struggle and reach levels of success that I too can be proud of. Again, on behalf of very grateful administration, our faculty, our staff, thank you so much for your ongoing commitment to our student body here at Phoenix College. And thank you for allowing me to share just a little bit of who I am and where I've come from.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate you sharing your story. I would say inspiring is probably the perfect word to describe your story. And it's very representative of the difference that community college can make in people's lives. So thank you. And our students are very inspiring as well. They are also driven and talented. And if you have not been back to PC for a little bit, you should really come back on campus and see all the incredible things that PC students produce. We have outstanding photographers and artists and actors and musicians, and their work is often on display at different times throughout the year. And we have a real treat for you right now. Our PC Mariachi Band has a special performance for you, so this is a great excuse to stretch, tap your feet, really get into this one. Enjoy.
Solamente una vez amé en la vida, solamente una vez y nada más. Una vez nada más en mi huerto brilló la esperanza, la esperanza que alumbra el camino de mi soledad. Una vez nada más se entrega el alma con la dulce y total renunciación. Y cuando ese milagro realice un prodigio de amarse, hay campanas de fiesta que cantan en el corazón. Y ay, 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 chiquitita, que suene mi mariachi. vez nada más se entrega el alma con la dulce y total renunciación. Y cuando ese milagro realiza el prodigio de amarse, hay campanas de fiestas que cantan en el corazón.
All right, it's always fun to listen to PC Mariachi Band. I hope you enjoyed that performance as much as I did, and maybe next year you'll be able to see them in person at our PC Donor Appreciation event. That's the goal, so we definitely hope to make it happen. You'll find lots of talent in our classrooms, and nothing brings home the importance of what you're doing, giving to our school and our students, more than hearing from the people who are directly impacted. So we'd like to introduce you now to one of them, one of our incredible PC students.
Years ago, I can't remember the exact amount of time, but my uncle got sick. My dad had a couple heart attacks. I was in a car accident. There's just a few things that all happened, and every single time everyone was like, you should be a nurse. Because I stood there for my uncle, told everyone what to do, you call 911, you do this. With my dad, I was kind of the balance for my mom. In the car accident, I was the balance for my nephew. Right now at Phoenix College, I am studying nursing. I like PC because I feel like this is home. I feel really supported by PC. I've never felt as supported anywhere else as I do here. I like the academics and I like all my professors and everyone I've interacted with. I think that a person donating to a scholarship can change a person's life because it changed mine. If I didn't have the Bear Scholarship, I'd have to work a full 40 hours a week. And even then, I don't think that it would have helped out because I wouldn't have been able to focus on nursing school and work. If I was sitting in front of someone who donated to the Bear Scholarship, I would tell them thank you, because without them, I wouldn't feel as secure where I'm at today. So for me, paying it forward, when I'm done with my program, I hope that I can give back in the same way that someone gave back to me. I look back on where I started to where I'm going to be, and I cannot wait to be there. On with my career.
What an incredible inspiration Desi's story is. I mean, what I heard is turning tragedy into triumph. And that is such an inspirational and incredible thing. So, Desi, if you're out there, shout out to you, and just give you a lot of credit for overcoming the tragedy and indeed turning it into triumph. Thank you for sharing your story with me. One quick comment before I throw it back to Julie. And the rich diversity of Phoenix College was on display. We proudly embrace our identity as a minority-serving institution and Hispanic-serving institution. And students in Phoenix College can expect some global and diverse perspectives here. So I thought that when I listened to the mariachi band, what an incredible, incredible performance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do. We have a lot of incredible students from very diverse backgrounds, and it's awesome to hear stories like Desi's because we do have so many of them here. And I choose to give to our Student Scholarship Fund as well, and not just because my students are incredible, which they are, but because I also benefited from the generosity of others when I was going to college. I did have a tuition scholarship to attend Northern Arizona University, but we all know that college expenses don't stop at tuition. There are fees, there are books, there's transportation. Sometimes we have to cut back on work, as Desi mentioned, to have more time for our studies and our schoolwork, which means less money. And I was able to apply for and get 3 additional scholarships. That helped me graduate debt-free, which meant, in turn, I could start saving money faster. And then I could start giving back faster as well. That's one of the beautiful things about these gifts, is that they really do come full circle. The people that you're helping today quite often want to do the same for someone else in the future. And in honor of PC's centennial anniversary, the college created the Bear Legacy Society to recognize the donors that have made or will make a significant gift to the college through their annual giving or their planned giving. And through your incredible generosity, you are increasing those educational opportunities and equity and positively impacting really countless lives for generations of students. And here are some of the things that we've been able to do because of those donations. PC was able to award more than 4,000 scholarships to students last year. And we know the pandemic affected a lot of people financially. Well, since April of 2020, we've received more than 2,400 requests for emergency support from our students. That is almost a 1,000% increase from the year before. But we do have a group of dedicated faculty and staff who have been able to provide that support for our students in quite often less than 12 hours through e-gift cards and other forms of emergency support. So let's take a moment now to honor many of our Bear Legacy Society donors. We want students focused on their studies, not how they will afford college. And thanks to you, students are achieving their goals and changing their families' lives forever. So thank you so much. And I know Dr. Namuo, you've had some interaction with a lot of our Bear Legacy Society donors as well.
Right, what a collection of incredible and exceptional individuals. It makes me think that despite, when you think of PC and you think of, the iconic structures, here we are in the Bull Pit, of course, our most iconic structure, as I referenced earlier. You think of the red brick, you think of the glass, and all of those are incredible, but it's the people. It's really the people that are stewards of this incredible legacy of ours. So just a huge thank you to many of those, all of those exceptional individuals. I've had a chance to meet with many of them. And just a confession, those are my favorite meetings of the week. So just a special shout out to some of them, to Peter, to Dan, to Albert Solosa, many of you. I've not had a chance to meet yet, but hopefully I will very soon. Just an incredible, incredible collection of exceptional individuals.
Absolutely. And now we'd actually like to hear from another one of our incredible PC students who has been deeply impacted from that generosity. Here is her story.
My name is LaDeja Benford. I'm studying dental hygiene at Phoenix College. I chose Phoenix College because I love the instructors. As soon as I came here, I just felt a different atmosphere, and I definitely love how the campus looks and how it's close-knit and it's close to home. The Bear Scholarship helps me focus on my studies because it relieves a lot of the financial burdens. Part of the Bear Scholarship is that I get a mentor, and I'm looking forward just getting insight on the career field that I'm entering, as far as which offices would be best, tips on how to study for the boards and stuff like that. I'm definitely excited to work with her. I think I've inspired my youngest brother. He sees how much studying and how much hard work can get you, so he definitely comes to me saying, like, I want to do this, this, and that. So I'm like, okay, we're doing something around here. My plans after dental hygiene school is to complete many of the prereqs in order to get into dental school and eventually apply to dental school. I plan to pay it forward as far as mentoring fellow or upcoming Bear Scholars. I plan to do community service, and I also plan to eventually go back to Phoenix College and then hopefully work as a clinic coordinator. If the people that donated this scholarship were sitting here, I would just say thank you. I'm so grateful, and it's released so much undue stress having this scholarship just here for me. So I'm tremendously grateful, and I just want to say thank you.
Well, it's such an incredible honor to be associated with Phoenix College. A quick shout out to LaDeja for sharing her story with us. A few things come to mind, Julie. I've heard the word home a lot, that many students feel at home at Phoenix College. Mm-hmm. Boy, is that satisfying and comforting.
Yes.
If students walk through this door, the vast majority of them, by the way, here for the very first time, first-generation students, the fact that they feel at home means that we're doing something right. Mm-hmm. So just a shout out to all the faculty and staff who've made our work possible, who do what you do to provide exceptional and immersive and engaging learning experiences for our students like LaDeja. You all support students both inside and outside of the classroom. Another thing that came through in LaDeja's message is she doesn't have to worry about some of the basic needs that our students have, from transportation, from food, from housing. Your generosity supports our students as full and complete human beings because they are people before they're students. They're mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, sons, daughters, all of those things before they're students. here at Phoenix College. Thank you. And that's a theme for today, mind you, right? Thank you for changing lives, for changing the course of, in some cases, like mine, generations to follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, hearing those words of gratitude from students like LaDeja and seeing their success is really one of the best parts of giving. And the results we see, that's the reason we keep doing this over and over. And that is our program for today, but we do have one more video for you if you'd like to stick around. We produced a nice little tour of campus, so if you haven't been here for a while, it's about a 15-minute video that we'd like you to enjoy. You can see some of the changes that have happened and what's going on here at PC. So please enjoy the next 15 minutes. We're going to say goodbye, but once again, we would really just like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your generosity and what you are doing for this institution and for our students. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
This week, we will be cruising Phoenix College in a 1920 Ford Model T touring car, generously loaned and driven by my new friend, 1964 PC alumnus Harry Tolliver. Phoenix College launched in 1920 with its first classes in a sheet metal shop on Phoenix Union High School's campus. There is no better mode of travel around PC than a car some of our first students used to get to class. The American-built Model T is Ford's universal car that put the world on wheels. It is nicknamed the Tin Lizzie and has 20 horsepower, 4 cylinders, and transmission bands like a modern automatic instead of gears and clutches. With its 3 pedals and left-hand car brake, you need to be practically ambidextrous to drive the Model T, as it takes both feet and hands to keep it humming. Likewise, the students and staff had to be flexible as PC moved locations 3 times before settling where we are today, Thomas and 11th Avenue in 1939. I'll be the only one jumping out of this tour because Henry Ford didn't think the driver needed to get out often, so there's no door on the driver's side. Let's get cranking. Right now, I'm in front of the Hanley Center, which is the one-stop enrollment center for all new students. This is a tour of all the campus and most of the wonderful buildings that are part of Phoenix College campus. And for that, we have a beautiful surprise. We have one of the alumni of Phoenix College, Harry Tolliver, and his 1920 Ford Model T joining us today. But he also brought with him his mechanic, Craig Leach, just in case something happens. What's up, guys? How are you doing?
Doing great.
Very good. Are we gonna go out for a tour?
We can.
Let me put my mask on. So let's go. It's great to be on campus. I'm looking forward to seeing the iconic campus buildings and some of the new buildings. On the right is the A building, which as you can see is being renovated. And right next to it is the B building. These buildings along Thomas Road were the first facilities built on the PC campus in 1938 and 1939. Ahead of us, you can see the Physical Science building, which was fully renovated in 2019 with state-of-the-art science labs. Arizona's family chief meteorologist and PC alumnus, Royal Norman, spoke at the grand reopening ceremony. When I first moved to Phoenix, I had to take the bus. Back then, buses didn't run every hour on the hour like today, and there was no light rail, so I had to walk. Can you imagine on a 3-piece suit made out of linen walking through Thomas at 110 degrees just to come to school? Coming up on our left is the Noble Engineering and Science building. As we drive up 11th Avenue, we entered the historic Willow neighborhood. This was one of Phoenix's first suburbs in the 1920s. Many community and business leaders have attended Phoenix College. Phoenix Mayor Kay Gallego took accounting classes at PC. City of Phoenix Fire Chief Kara Kalkbrenner completed her associate's degree right here at PC. And City of Phoenix Councilwoman Laura Pastor is a PC alumna. As we drive back onto campus, we see the Dalby building on the right. One of the things I love about the PC campus is the juxtaposition of the historic buildings and the modern architecture. On the left is the PC administration building, and up ahead of us is the Fanning Library. Since we're here at the library, I'm going to tell you a quick story. Because I used to work really late in my office and take night classes, I wasn't able to return the books right on time. So every time I was late, you have no idea how much I paid in late fees. Thank you so much for the ride. Thanks. So here we are, in front of the Fanning Library. This is a very important building in the campus, not only because it hosts the library, but because also hosts the IT desk and the Learning Commons. This building is part of the grand campus of Phoenix College. We're inside the Bull Pit Auditorium, an iconic building here at the PC campus. On these walls, you see portraits of PC's leaders since 1920. PC's founders adopted an open admission policy, offering unparalleled access to higher education for everyone. A multicultural and diverse student population has become one of the hallmarks of Phoenix College. PCs continue to be a place of diversity, equity, and access. As a vital part of a thriving community, Phoenix College plays a significant role in raising the skill level of the workforce and in closing the achievement gap. Searching for a place where I wanted to expand my knowledge, I decided to find a place of excellence. But not only that, also a place where we all count. Anyone walking through these doors, any religion, any language, any country, anyone whose talents are about to explode, are about to become, this is the place to be. Phoenix College gives everyone that opportunity. So I want to say, Phoenix College, thank you. Happy 100th and 100th more. In the meantime, let's continue the tour, shall we? To me, PC has always been on the forefront of change. The first time that I walked into a room to take grammar, it was like stepping into a UN auditorium. There were people from all over the world, all languages, all races, men and women, trying to find their future. How exciting! We are now passing by the Student Union building, affectionately called the Bear's Den. Students come here to relax, study, and connect with other students. Did you know there are more than 30 student clubs at Phoenix College? There's something for everyone to get involved. Hey, look who it is. Bumstead. I know it is your 100th birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday to you. Up ahead is the John Paul Theater. The PC Theater program is one of the longest running theaters in Arizona and is highly regarded among thespians. In fact, former KEZ and iHeartRadio personality Marty Manning got his start right here at PC. And actually, he remembers Nick Nolte being in one of his classes. On our left are PC's gyms. Phoenix College has a long tradition of winning athletics. You may know a few PC alumni who have gone on to excel in their sport, like U.S. women's soccer champion Jessica McDonald, and former Phoenix Sun player Dennis Mo Layton, former Green Bay Packers Moody Jackson, and Fred Carr. Can you believe that Phoenix College is 100 years old? We started out so small in a sheet metal shop on the back of the Phoenix Union High School's campus. I had only 5 students in our first graduating class. The college moved 2 more times in the 1920s before finding this beautiful location on 11th Avenue and Thomas in 1939. At the time, this was all farmland. PC sure has seen many, many changes. So we have arrived to our last stop of today's tour, the Music Building. Did you know that a number of musicians, very well recognized musicians, have attended PC in the past? Did you know that CeCe Peniston, the famous songwriter and singing artist of American pop, attended PC, and she even wrote a poem that is being said that is the base of her famous song, Finally. You know, we all come to PC with the idea of starting our journeys, our professional journeys and our careers. In my case, to propel my career forward. Welcome to our third installment of the virtual Phoenix College campus tour. I'm outside of the art building and the Eric Fischel Gallery. Fischel is a world-renowned artist, author, and PC alumni. The Eric Fischel Arts Program is the first of its kind at a community college, and PC has a robust visual and performing arts program. The city of Phoenix has a thriving art scene, and PC is right in the heart of the arts district. And I think my ride is here. Hey guys! Let's head off to the Osborne Building, which is home to the Phoenix College Preparatory Academy and the PC Alumni Association. If you attended PC, you should join the Alumni Association. It's free and easy to join by going to phoenixcollege.edu/alumni. Let's continue down Flower Street toward the Center for Excellence in Healthcare Education. Boy, that's a mouthful, isn't it? While this is a challenging time, PC continues to do the important work of educating future healthcare professionals. Welcome to the Center of Excellence in Healthcare Education, right on the corner of Flower and 7th Avenue. This state-of-the-art building houses the phlebotomy lab. It houses the dental and massage therapy clinics, where students receive real-world experience treating patients under the guidance of licensed professionals. This past year has really shown us the importance of our healthcare providers and just how vital they are to our community. PC is educating the future healthcare heroes. Join me tomorrow when we will tour the nursing building. We're at the Phoenix College Nursing Building today, just east of the PC's main campus. I want to introduce you to a nursing student. Her name is Desi. She is a Bear Scholar. Come join me for a good conversation with this student. I'm here with Desi, one of our nursing students. Hi, Desi.
Hi, Oscar. How are you?
Very good. Tell us about your experience at PC.
Everything at PC has been great. I love my professors, everything that I've been learning. Even in the new atmosphere, it's been great.
Out of all the areas of nursing, which one do you want to practice in the future?
That's a little tough. I'm not 100% sure. I know I'm leaning towards the ICU, but I'm hoping that my clinical rotations can help me find where exactly I want to be.
How's the Bear Scholar program helping you?
The Bear Scholar program has helped me immensely with my textbooks and my tuition. It's even helped me with my supplies for nursing school. I really appreciate it.
And I know the program itself matches you with someone. Tell me about that experience, about the person that is a mentor to you. Tell me about that experience.
My mentor's been amazing. Her name's Susan. Her and I, like the first time we had our conversation, it was supposed to be 15 minutes. It lasted 45. We just clicked really well, and she's given me a lot of great tips for my future career.
I know you're very busy, Desi, so I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for talking with me, and it's been a pleasure meeting you and hearing about your career aspirations and how PC is preparing you for this challenging future. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
I don't know about you, but I'm learning a lot about Phoenix College and how much has changed since I attended PC. Join us tomorrow for the final installment of Phoenix College Virtual Tour. We will be headed to the IT Institute. The last installment of the campus tour has us here at PC's new IT Institute, located right in downtown Phoenix on First Avenue between McKinley and Fillmore Streets. This is not a place for a Model T. Sorry, Harry. Thank you for the memories. I think we're going to take a look inside of the building. Are you coming with me? Let's go. The workforce has been upended by the recent wave of automation and digital technology, creating demand for highly skilled personnel. Phoenix College is responding by expanding educational and training opportunities to diversify and strengthen Arizona's workforce and economy. We hope you have enjoyed the Reimagine Campus Open House. If you have missed any of it, please visit phoenixcollege.edu/100. Well, that's it for the tour. And since technology is not there yet for me to teleport home, I guess I have to walk and take the light rail. See you guys soon.